Just give me a second. All right. You got to give Notre Dame credit. You know, every time we got in that game and made it a game, within one possession, they responded. And that's what good teams do. And we had our opportunities throughout that football game. There were times where we did some really good things and too many times where we self-inflicted things. Characteristically gave up big plays on defense at inopportune critical moments of the game that swung momentum their way. Weird day, obviously, with the break after the first quarter and then a second quarter and then a halftime and all those things. So, you know, a 6 hour or 5 coming out of that first quarter with the long break, you know, obviously they bust a long run and we got back in the game, you know, and we scored, and if we stop them, we're going to come out of the half with the football, and they do a good job offensively. He scrambles around and makes a play, and we got some guys playing really bad technique at times, poor eyes at times. We got a lot to fix. I think it's going to be great film. I really do, to learn from. Games like this are not lost by any one person or player or coach. They're lost by teams, you know, and they're won by. So this will be a team loss that we have to look at what we can do better in key moments and make layups, gimme plays. I said that was a critical part of this game plan, and, you know, had some opportunities to extend drives on just basic things, throw and catch, and we're not getting that done to the ability level that we have. And so continue to work hard at that. A ton of football in front of these guys. And there was good moments in the game. You know, it was good to see Bradley Rosner make some plays today. That was growth for him. It was good to see Dakari Collins make a play at the end of the game. It's good to see Juice Farine make some plays. Those are three things that didn't happen a week ago, you know, and so that's growth into this film and really breaking it down and studying it and seeing where we can improve. I know our team will do a great job of that. We've always been a group that responds. And so I look forward to that challenge and opportunity with these guys. And any questions?
Corey Smith, go ahead with your question.
Dave, I wanted thoughts overall. Obviously, rough conditions early on, but what were your thoughts on Brennan Armstrong's play today? You know, 3 interceptions in this game, but, you know, several of them obviously could have been bigger plays as well.
Yeah, you know, it's hard when you look at a stat line to really understand how a guy played, and obviously how guys play with your core. I know the players that had the ball hit them in the hands that ricochet up and end up being interceptions would tell you that that's on them. And then there's another play where he was a little late on an end breaking route and their DB stepped in front and made a nice play, you know, but when you're down 2 possessions or 2 scores or 3 scores, you're pressing a little bit, you know, and trust me, our game plan wasn't, you know, at that time. I think when you get down and if you study takeaways on defense, most of them happen in 2-minute situations, 3rd and longs. And so I look forward to studying the tape. Clearly, there's a lot of things that Brennan will tell you and his coaches will tell you he can do better, and he will. But this is a group thing, you know. We've got to clean up, and I know Coach and I will look hard at what we're doing well and what we're not and grow from there.
Go ahead, Chris Lee.
Thank you. Coach, when you have like an hour and a half plus break like that, how do you try to keep your team mentally and physically ready for the game? And how does that kind of alter what you guys feel?
It's hard because it's not like they said, hey, we'll see you in 90 minutes. You know, it was every 30 minutes we got a new update. And so, you know, we brought them inside, told them to take off their wet gear, put on dry stuff, strength coaches, nutritionists, trainers, everyone's walking around, our coaches, we met, and then we got with our guys and we were, and then relaying it. So it was a pretty fluid situation for the team. It really wasn't like a halftime or, if someone would have said you got 60 minutes, you could plan that out pretty accordingly. So, I thought we managed it as good as we could have. Obviously, it doesn't look that way coming out with the way they busted out the door there on that run. But that was a disappointing start, obviously, and uncharacteristic for us, to give up a run like that.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Dave, when you have a guy like Juice Vereen come in and have the performance that he does and kind of maybe in some of the minutes he wouldn't normally have, do you kind of, as you go through the next week or so, do you game plan to kind of for him down the line?
Yeah, that's the one thing, with coach's offense, it's you're going to earn your reps. And so as guys perform and earn that, they're going to gain repetitions in the game. And so it's really about building trust, with the play caller as a player that's out there. If you're a guy that's not making plays and someone else is, then they're going to earn that opportunity. That's the competitive piece of this game. And that's the one area that Robert does a nice job of, is getting the guys in the game that are making the plays and finding ways to get them the ball.
Go ahead, Ethan.
Coach, you talked this week about how often the most improvement happens between week 1 and week 2. What areas do you think this team may, I know it's soon after the game, but is there anything in particular you're going to be really hoping to see the team improve on from week 2 to week 3?
Well, we didn't, and again, as you break this game down, it was an awkward game with the delays and everything that happened, but we had too many penalties that were self-inflicted, for one. Too many drops. And we turned the football over. We lost the turnover margin. Those are areas we did not do well. We gave up too many explosive plays. Those are areas we did not do well. I hit on some of the things we did do well. And, our kids don't quit. Thought there was a lot of fight in them. There was guys that made plays. It was good to see Noah Potter, get a takeaway. Red Hibbler forced another fumble early in the game. Back, there was good things in there, and we were playing toe to toe with the number 10 team in the country for a long period of time, and that just got away from us, there towards the end.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep.
Ed Brian.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned the fact that every time you got close, Notre Dame was able to score again. Is there anything you can attribute that to? Every time you got within a possession or a few points?
I think you got to give them credit first, they came out and executed those drives after we did. They responded. We did the same thing a week ago. Anytime the previous team we played made something happen, the other side came in and just quickly shut it down and gave the momentum back, and they were able to do that on us. And we had to do with that, whether it was, we get a takeaway on defense inside the red zone, we got the ball right there and we get a penalty. A false start on offense, which leads to 1st and 15, like self-inflicted things like that. That's on us, but you have to give Notre Dame credit for their response as a team when they.
Go ahead, Jaden.
So we've already seen FCS teams upset FBS teams this season. With this performance, how do you keep the guys mentally engaged and not get down on themselves going into next week?
Yeah. Be very, very focused on improvement as a football team. And I don't think it really matters who we play. And I know what you're talking about with who our next opponent is, but there's going to be so much on this film that we're not going to like, that it's not going to be hard to get out there and focus on the improvement that needs to take place. And there's a lot of football in front of this team, and they all understand that we got the kind of season we want.
Anything else for Coach?
All right. Thank you, guys.